This is The Great Expanse by JohnBat426 here on YouTube. Guess what? It is always a pleasure to come before you guys and edit these videos to fine-tune them. Put a little spices here, a little salt, pepper there, a little mayo, a little paprika, P-A-P-R-I-K-A, the more you know. To let you know that I actually lost my train of thought, but who cares? Put my unique spin on these videos, right? For your viewing pleasure, for your listening pleasure. And as you see, I'm on a different angle. Ooh, shadow. No. It's not good to have a shadow. See it right back there? But guess what? We're already going. Now, the reason why I am on this angle is because my green screen is falling down and it must be refastened. Just a little transparency, T-R-A-N-S-P-A-R-E-N-C-Y, the more you know. And let's see, I already messed up the intro, so let's just go with it. If you like the videos that you've seen thus far, hit the like button. Share these videos with other people that you know that like comic book related stuff as much as you do. Subscribe to the channel. Not gonna make it, already out of breath. But you know what to do. Subscribe to the channel, hit that bell for notifications. Which one? All. Not personalized or the one underneath, but all. So the next time a new video is dropped, you'll know about it second. I'll know about it first, because I'm the one making the video and editing it and uploading it, right? Nope, no one breath champ today, but if I really wanted to, I can spit that Joan real fast. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, I just went really Philadelphian saying Joan and no, I'm saying. All right? I don't know how to spell no, I'm saying. But anyway, you've clicked on the thumbnail, so you already know what this video is about. But apparently, Kelsey Grammer, who we know as Frasier Crane from Cheers originally, which ran from 1982 to 1993, and then he reprised his role as Frasier Crane in a spinoff called Frasier, which took place in Seattle with the same actress who played Lilith, Bebe Neuwirth, as his estranged and divorced wife. Kelsey Grammer, he's been on television for about, 22 years? Because Cheers ran from 1982 to 1993, and then Frasier ran from 1993 to 2004. That's 22 years. Now, Frasier was not in the beginning of Cheers, but Kelsey Grammer is very well known now. And as far as The Great Expanse by JohnBat426 is concerned, he played Beast, who I feel like was one of the ideal castings for a Marvel superhero. I feel like Kelsey Grammer has that articulation, he has that deep resonating voice and he's very articulate and, he knows a lot of facts. He spews them and he's a psychologist in Seattle. So, So I love his voice. I feel like they could not have cast a better Beast at that time. Now, this was 2006 when X-Men The Last Stand came out. He was the best thing about X-Men The Last Stand. I thought X-Men The Last Stand was a great action movie, but it was not a good X-Men movie. You don't kill Scott Summers, Jean Grey, and Charles Xavier in the same movie, and you don't kill off Cyclops, Scott Summers, off screen. But I shall digress. But we are at Y Entertainment Yahoo, and the headline jumped off the screen. X-Men actor Kelsey Grammer says too much and reveals the MCU heroes and villains he will be sharing scenes with in Avengers Doomsday. Wow. Capital W, capital O, capital W. Kelsey Grammer, how dare you? But guess what? This is content. Thank you, Kelsey. But I'm pretty sure he probably got, I can't say a reprimand, but I'm pretty sure that the MCU and Kevin Feige said, Kelsey, for future interviews, we will be muting your mic. All right. So the article is written by Bradley Russell. There's a picture of Beast. Of course, it's computer generated from the post-credit scene of The Marvels, which is the only part of The Marvels I've seen because I heard that movie was trash. I heard it was. And of course, people let me know that it was at their expense because I didn't pay to see it. All right, so let's get to the article. Avengers Doomsday may be under spoiler lockdown, but every now and then a trickle of information breaks containment. Case in point, Beast actor Kelsey Grammer may have just said too much and spoiled which MCU heroes and villains he will be sharing scenes with in the upcoming Marvel crossover. Now, we already saw the video where they had the chairs lined up with the actor and actress's names on the back of them. And of course, at the end, it was Robert Downey Jr., okay, who will be playing I think Dr. Doom. Now, everybody keeps saying, well, yeah, it was Robert Downey Jr. That was actually in the green cloak with the mask in his hand in the mid-credit scene of Fantastic Four First Steps. But they don't say the name Victor Von Doom. So I'm going to hold off on saying he's playing Dr. Doom. I'm going to hold off on saying he's playing Victor Von Doom. Because you never know which way the MCU is going to spin things. Okay? We just know he's going to be in the cape and the mask. In conversation with Entertainment Tonight, Grammer said, "It was fun to interact with people I hadn't interacted with before." The X-Men actor then name-checked Chris Hemsworth's Thor and Robert Downey Jr., who plays Dr. Doom in Avengers Doomsday. Okay. We already knew Chris Hemsworth and Robert Downey Jr. were going to be in this movie. That might have been clickbait, and it worked. To add more fuel to the flames, Grammer then went on to say he sort of shares a scene with Dr. Doom. Grammer went further with another MCU hero, saying he had a great time with Mr. Fantastic actor Pedro Pascal after they worked together. Beast and Mr. Fantastic in the same scene. Awesome. Understandably, Grammer, who portrayed Beast in X-Men The Last Stand and the Marvels post-credit scene, was fairly reluctant to give details, but his comments chime with a fellow X-Men alumni's recent experiences on the Avengers Doomsday set. Now, before I read further, the spectacular Nightcrawler, who was played by the multi-talented Alan Cumming in X2, which came out in 2004, which was one of the best scenes of the movie, he spoiled the fact that he has a fight or some kind of encounter, a physical encounter with Pedro Pascal, Mr. Fantastic. So, let's move on. Nightcrawler actor Alan Cumming previously told BuzzFeed UK, "I'm sort of learning these fights," and I'm like, what? Who am I fighting with? And they said, "You're hitting Pedro Pascal against the head or something." So Alan Cumming spoiled that. We're getting a serious Avengers vs. X-Men vibes from all this, admittedly bolstered by directors Joe and Anthony Russo, the Russo brothers, posting an Avengers Doomsday tease that appears to spell out AVX, Avengers vs. Doomsday. Versus X-Men. Avengers Doomsday hits cinemas on December 18th, 2026. For more, check out our guides on upcoming Marvel movies and how to watch the Marvel movies in order. Now, I like this article because it doesn't really give away too much. We already knew Chris Hemsworth was going to be in it. We already knew Alan Cumming was going to be in it. And we definitely knew Robert Downey Jr. was going to be in it. So there really isn't much to spoil here. He's just letting us know that he's sharing scenes with these particular actors. So I believe they said that the Russo brothers posted something that looks like AVX. That's straight from the comics. AVX, Avengers vs. X-Men. So I'm trying to piece together in my mind how that might play out. Now, the Avengers and the X-Men are in two separate universes, I believe, okay? The Fox X-Men, okay, which was kind of, I want to say laid to rest in Deadpool and Wolverine, because that was almost a love letter to the Fox fans and the Fox Marvel universe, you know what I mean? Since now Disney owns those characters again. So I'm thinking perhaps Robert Downey Jr.'s Dr. Doom is going to take on the role of Kang the Conqueror by having these timelines intersect with one another, because that's what Kang the Conqueror does. You understand what I'm saying? Now, ultimately, and I believe that Tom Hiddleston's name was one of those chairs. He is basically, I don't want to say he's Yggdrasil, the tree in Norse mythology that sort of connects all creations to like heaven and all the other Asgardian realms. I don't know that for a fact, but I know it's a fictitious tree that has all sorts of symbolism and meanings to it. But Loki is literally holding these timelines together. Okay, he's also holding the variant timelines together, the ones that are supposed to be pruned, but he's holding them together. He has them fixed. The real question is, will Dr. Doom interact with Loki, who is basically the god of time, the god of universes? I don't know what you call him now. So that will be very interesting to see who Tom Hiddleston shares the screen with. Now, I've said before, I believe it was on this channel, but in the newest Secret Wars, the newest iteration from the 2010s, okay, Dr. Doom, Doctor Strange, and the Molecule Man do what they can to save reality from these universal incursions. Now, the Molecule Man apparently will not be a part of this. But in the mid-credit scene of Fantastic Four First Steps, Dr. Doom has approached Franklin Richards, of whom Galactus said he possesses the power cosmic. And remember, Franklin Richards can alter and warp reality, so I can see Dr. Doom trying to recruit young Franklin Richards to do just that. And Doomsday obviously is going to set up Secret Wars. So Doomsday is very essential. We need to learn what Dr. Doom's motivations are, why he's in the guise of Robert Downey Jr., or why Robert Downey Jr. is in the guise of Dr. Doom. I don't know, Tony Stark. Because I believe Avengers Doomsday is really going to be the character piece. In other words, this one's going to deal with the motivations. Perhaps there'll be a character arc for Dr. Doom or some of the other characters in this movie. And then Secret Wars, people just going head to head. You know what I mean? So Beast in the Age of Apocalypse, which is basically an alternate X-Men MCU crossover universe from the mid-90s, there was also a character called Dark Beast. So, will Kelsey Grammer be playing Hank McCoy Beast, the fun-loving blue furball pacifist, or will he be playing Dark Beast? And that Dark Beast was a mad scientist. He was like a lunatic. Sorry, but children. Anyway, but I really can't go on any further because that'll take up the entire video of me postulating what could possibly happen in Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars. So we are gonna close the book on this video right here and right now before I think of other things and make this video go about 30 minutes. All right. But anyway, if you appreciated my commentary, if you appreciated the article itself, hit the like button. Okay. Leave a comment if necessary. Leave a dissertation if need be. In other words, be as wordy as you need to. Okay. Now, David Brent, please let them know where those comments or wordy dissertations go, sir. Thank you, Mr. Brent. Burnham Hog's Finest, The Office UK. Do your part, I'll do my part. To the Great Expanse by John Bat 426 can and will expand. It's in the name.